Bullseye.
BLC Podcast: Information in the Area of Collective Intelligence. The flow of information, which takes place on a global scale in the 21st century, is never before seen in the history of humanity, makes thinkers seek to understand the impact of these chains on society in all its possible spheres. This is information in the area of collective intelligence. Thus, Pierre Leview deals with the subject with special attention, seeking a reflection on the role of information, communications, and language currently. According to him, as far as information in the 21st century globalized society is concerned, there are three groups of message control techniques that shape the way people communicate: somatic, mediatic, and digital. The former imply the effective presence, the engagement, the energy, and the sensibility of the body for the production of signs. The latter fix and reproduce messages in order to assure them greater reach, better diffusion in time and space. And the third authorizes the fabrication of messages, their modification, and even interaction with them, information atom per information atom, bit by bit. Therefore, this is the scenario presented by the philosopher about the information, and relates it to the way in which message control occurs. These factors have a direct impact on people's lives and the way they relate to each other. In somatic messages, for example, one has transmission of information through speech, gestures, and dance. Thus, as the interlocutor is the focus of the message, he can adapt it and readjust it to his intentions, thus making the communication act more objective and direct. On the other hand, the media messages have a greater scope than the somatic ones, since they can be transmitted by various media such as TV, internet, radio, etc. However, these messages do not reach the public with the same originality as the somatic ones, for when they arrive at the public they have no direct relation with the interlocutor and the receiver of the message, since they go through a process of intermediation and reorganization that causes the message to be paraphrased. Finally, completing the circle of messages of this new century, there are digital messages, which are characterized by their high degree of flexibility, unlike traditional messages, because they are characterized by their stability, consequently by their nilloyalty. Therefore, due to the communication revolution that goes through the popularization of information technology and internet, digital messages have begun to play increasingly important roles in the exchange of information in a globalized world. Therefore, because of their dynamism and flexibility of handling, digital messages make communication more interactive and make the high flow of information more and more dynamic, impacting several areas of human relations. In this way, Levy approaches communication in the 21st century as a dynamic relation between the various forms of information exchange that are transmitted by various techniques of message control. They govern an increasingly dynamic society, which makes communications an instrument of simultaneous and flexible interaction.